and welcome to day 18 of Vlogmas. Today, this is probably going to be a bit of a shorter video, although whenever I say that it ends up being completely untrue and it ends up being a really long video, so we'll see what happens. But basically today is actually Saturday the 18th of December. I'm not recording this a day in advance because I had a really busy work day yesterday, and in the end I just made the decision that doing Vlogmas on top of that was going to be too much. So my plan is to record 2 videos today. So this one will be day 18, and I'm going to sit down and I'm going to show you my knitting journal and my failures at keeping a knitting journal, and then hopefully update my knitting journal. And then this afternoon we are off out for a walk. We're heading over the bridge down into Fife and we're heading to Tentsmuir for a walk on the beach and in the woods, and hopefully it'll be a more successful walk than last weekend's. I'm going to take spare clothes just in case. But then that walk will go up as tomorrow's Vlogmas video to get me back into the swing of pre-recording them the day before, because that does make life a lot easier for me. So yeah, welcome to day 18 of Vlogmas. How many of you keep a knitting journal? Because I know there's a number of YouTube channels that I watch where people have knitting journals and they keep like little bits of information and pictures and swatches and then kind of fancy pretty journaling stuff. And last year I really enjoyed watching a few people, I can't think off the top of my head who it was specifically that inspired me to do it, but I enjoyed watching quite a few people do it. So I thought I would start doing it, and I had this book. This is just a book, I can't even remember where it's from. Oh, it's from Debenhams. Tom got me this just as a little extra Christmas present last Christmas or the year before, I can't quite remember. But I just thought I would use this and turn this into a knitting journal and keep track of all the projects that I finished during the year. Because I do quite like doing that. And in previous years, I've just done, I've had a notebook and I've just done lists. So every time I finished a project, I just jot it down in there so that I can keep track of how many projects that I finished during the year. Because that is something that I do like keeping track of. But this year, I wanted to do it a little bit more fancy and add photos and decorate it a little bit. It's not fancy by any means because I am still very much a beginner journaling person, and I haven't quite developed the art of sticking everything in and making it look pretty. So at the moment I just kind of keep it quite simple. But we'll see, maybe I will develop as I go along. I also completely stopped doing it about, I wouldn't even say halfway through the year, probably back in about March. March or April, I seem to have stopped doing it. I have been through and just added titles to pages so that everything that I finished has a page, but I've not done any extra kind of journaling on them. And I'm hoping to sit down today and kind of catch up with it a little bit and get some of the photos printed and stuck in and decorate the pages and stuff like that. But I'll show you where I got to. So, as I said, it's just a plain journal. It's just a lined notebook. And I started off the beginning of it. Actually, I'm wondering if it'll be easier lighting-wise to turn you around and show you the other way up. I'm going to do that. Okay, so hopefully I won't be too wibbly-wobbly with my camera work. But I think you'll get a better view of things this way round. I started off just with a 2021 goals section. So my goals were to knit the 6 stash skeins that I'd set aside to turn them into socks. I have managed to knit up the Henny Penny Makes skein and cast on the Down Sheepy Lane skein. That is it out of that. So that wasn't very successful, was it? I wanted to do the year of washcloths. I think I've knit maybe 4 of them. Again, not overly successful. And I wanted to finish a blanket. Now that I did succeed because I finished my Advent blanket. But yeah, didn't do a very good job with my knitting goals for 2021. And then each page after that is just a finished object. So the first thing I finished was my Halloween socks. I've got a very dodgy photo of my Halloween socks. And then I just put some Halloween decoration and stuff like that. Then we had the Icicles Washcloth. This isn't particularly decorated because I didn't have any photographs. Sorry, I'm going to have to stop because I can hear Arthur screaming from downstairs. So yeah, I didn't get a photo of the Icicles Washcloth. I could take one now, but it's been used and I don't really fancy it. So that's fine. We'll keep that one simple. I then finished my Christmas of History socks. So these were the socks that I knit using my advent calendar, my Giddy Yarns advent calendar. So I've just put like a little bit of information, like the yarn I used, a little bit of pattern information when I finished them. And then obviously I put some festive stuff in there. The Amour washcloth, which was the second one in the year of washcloth. So again, I've put yarn information in there. And I kind of just themed the page a little bit Valentine's-y-ish. My Christmas Eve cast on from last year, which was the Autumn Adventures socks using the colourway from Debbie at Down Sheepy Lane. You saw these when I opened my box of socks. And again, just a few decorations. I have got the yarn band for that one, which I've just kind of popped in. I haven't stuck it in. I've just kind of been popping it in that page. Then we've got my Vertices Unite, which I finished this year. I just put information about the different yarns I used, a photo of me with it on the beach. So cheesy. I picked these two stickers because this one reminded me of kind of the Vertices Unite is made up of kind of lots of triangular-y sections that all join together, and it had that same kind of feel as that random sticker. My stripy socks, my opal socks that I knit, I also added that they were an entry for the SCR1 TNO stripy socks cal, and then I themed all my stickers about stripes, basically. Another washcloth that got finished, the Double Dutch washcloth, and I don't quite know why I put a pineapple sticker in, other than the fact that I liked it and I had space for it. Bluebird of Happiness, this was really cute because Arthur dyed the yarn for this when we had loads and loads of snow. So I knit him a little, he called it Firebird, but I knit him a little Bluebird of Happiness out of the yarn that he had dyed himself. And then we're at the point where I stopped. So I've written in various bits. So the next thing I finished was my Desert Vista Dye Works socks. I'm hoping I've got a photo somewhere on my phone of these. And then bits that I finished but haven't done anything with. So my baby vertebrae that I knit for a friend, my advent blanket, campside cardie, picnic blanket socks, raven shawl, my love note, my Nathan gnome and my Norwin gnome, the Wishes dishcloth that I finished relatively recently, and my lichen socks. So my plan is to just sit for a little bit this morning and hopefully update these pages with a little bit more decoration and a little bit more journaling style. And then I really do need to start following some, whether I follow YouTube's or Instagram accounts or stuff for journaling, so that I can get a little bit more creative with it, and then maybe try and keep up with it a bit more in 2022, because I definitely want to keep on documenting my finished objects, but I need to be a little bit more, I need to keep up with it more, and I want to be a bit more creative than the pages that I've got so far. So I do have a fair bit of journaling ephemera. Is that the right phrase? For doing, to be more creative. I've got actually a whole load of papers as well. I need to dig those out. I think they're downstairs still. But I know a couple of viewers back in, was it the April vlogs maybe, when I shared some of the journaling stuff that I'd been doing, sent me some bits and pieces. So I've got some lovely little kind of offcuts of ribbon and stuff like that. I've got loads and loads of stickers, various different sticker sheets. Some of these I've purchased, and some of bits in there were sent to me. I've got another bag with loads of little kind of wooden cutouts and buttons and paper clips and little kind of floral shapes. And then I've got this one which has all got kind of like, is it die cut? But little shapes out of kind of paper and card and stuff like that. I've got lots and lots of washi tape. Well, I say lots. It's probably nothing by some people's standards, but I've got some fun ones. I've got cactuses, little sprinkles. We've got kind of a rainbow stripy ombre thing, just some pink. What's this one? Oh, just like hills, woodlandy hills. Umbrellas, very appropriate for the UK. I've got clouds and stars. I've got my Easter Bunny one. I've got feathers. And then I've got a Christmassy ones. And I really like this one. It's like spring, but it's got like little flecks of gold in there as well. It's like wildflowers. And then, of course, I've got my gnome washi tape as well that I picked up just before the beginning of December. So I've got a fair bit of that. I've also got a load of these stickers. They come in little packs. These are kind of winter-themed, foresty winter-themed one. You get kind of 3 different types of sticker. And I've got weather ones. I've got Christmas ones. I've got... I don't know quite what that is. Fruit and cake, galaxy and space ones, and like foresty autumn ones as well. They're quite cute. And I got a few little bits I've been keeping as well. So I've been keeping like really nice wrapping papers that arrived, some bits that I got from a journaling pack, but also like really nice tissue paper when people have sent me stuff in tissue paper. And then like cards as well. Any really nice cards that I receive, I've been trying to keep hold of them so that I can cut them up and use them as well. And then I should have some papers. I'm going to go hunt for the papers, I think. Here we are. I've done a couple of pages and I'm quite happy with them. I've been more creative with the background papers and they've just made them a bit more colourful. I need to work on my lettering abilities and my handwriting or whatever, but I'm quite happy to just handwrite it on and not worry too much about it as long as the background's pretty. So the first one is my Desert Vista Dye Works socks. So again, I've just put yarn information, colourway information and a little bit like that. I've used a few different background papers. This one because it kind of reminded me of rainbows. These ones because I liked the stripiness. And I quite liked doing these in 2 different directions, here and here. And then I just popped that one in to fill the gap with the stripes as well. I've got a little photo of the socks. And then on this one, this was a baby vertebrae that I knit for a friend of ours. And I've popped, again, a couple of photos in. I've got a little photo that I took when I'd finished it because I used my own yarn. And then a little photograph of baby wearing the cardigan recently. I've just, that's not stuck on. I've just popped that over there because not my baby. I'm not going to share their face on YouTube without permission. But I'm really liking how that's looking. So now I just need to do a few more pages. One of the things that I picked up when I first started doing my knitting journal and trying to do a bit more journaling is this little printer, which I absolutely love. It's a Canon Zoe Mini. The papers are not cheap, but it's really handy. It connects to my phone, so I can just print straight from my phone. And I've got some sticker-backed sticker backed papers as well, so you can just print stickers basically that stick straight in. It's really, really handy, and it works really well. And we have one more page finished. This one is for my 2020 Advent calendar blanket that I crocheted using the Advent from Erin at Honey Penny Makes. So I've gone with a more festive theme. Again, I've just put a little bit of information there about where the yarn was from, and I put a bit of information about what I did for the blanket. I've gone for some very cheesy Christmas washi tape at the top that just clashes completely. And then this paper is like gold with Christmas trees, a little bit that's got I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, and then some kind of just wintry foliage down the bottom there, and then some festive wintry Christmas stickers. So again, nothing fancy, but it works, doesn't it? So that's 3 pages that I've managed to complete. The next one is my campsite cardie, but I've run out of time. So I'm just going to have to stop there. I'm going to leave it all out, and hopefully I can grab a bit of time in the next couple of days to keep updating it. But I'm going to have to leave it there for now, really. Let me flip you around a second. Yeah, I'm going to have to leave it there because if we're going to go for our walk, we need to leave very soon because it's just gone lunchtime, and we also need to get some food shopping and bits and pieces like that. Plus, I need to get this edited and uploaded today. But I hope you've enjoyed seeing kind of behind my knitting journal. I know that I've got a lot of very proficient journalers and scrapbookers and all of that kind of thing that watch the channel. So I would be really grateful for any names of YouTube channels, Instagram accounts, and things like that of people to follow for inspiration, people that you really enjoy watching, people you've learnt stuff from, and also places that you get your ephemera and bits and pieces and any sort of tools or things like that that you find particularly useful or have been like absolute lifesavers for your journaling, then let me know as well, because I'd be really interested, and this is how we learn, isn't it? This is how we learn and how we do more. So please, if you're willing to share your knowledge, then let me know in the comments section. I will leave you with a guest joke of the day today. I will leave you with our guest joke of the day. I won't spoil the surprise. And I will see you all tomorrow for a walk on the beach. Hopefully a more successful one than previously. Fingers crossed. It's time for
Joke of the day!
Okay, who hides in a bakery at Christmas? A mince pie.